Shalom. First and foremost, I have to give all glory and praise to AHAYAH. Bahashim Yashaya, Wak Wadash Wak. Guys, we hadn't been on since I think the first day of the feast, so I wanted to come on and just say shalom. It's the Nappy Heads Chronicles, but I'm not on StreamYard because I wasn't feeling so well and I wasn't able to take care of everything. So I'm just gonna go live and see what we can do because there was a lot of things we had wanted to do over the feast, and I'm eating, so I'm kind of having a little mukbang. I'm eating like chicken parmesan. Praise the higher and Shabbat Shalom because we're going into the Sabbath. We're still in the Feast of Tabernacles, and this is going to be tomorrow night. It's the last night that we sleep outside. We have our tents here. We've been sleeping out all week, but guys, first I got sick that first night. I guess the weather changed. I was cold, I guess a little bit. I didn't feel cold, but I was cold. And then a couple of days later, the sister got sick. So we just kind of was like out of it. But praise the high. I mean, we stayed with it, sleeping in the tents and everything, but we wasn't really like festive and stuff like that. So, but I give all glory and praise to Ahaya. I hope you all had a blessed feast of tabernacles. Praise Ahaya. Shalom, Aqua Shana Hall. Praise Ahaya for you. Shalom, brothers and sisters. Happy feast of tabernacle. We going into the Shabbat here, and the sister is in the kitchen. She's finishing finishing up. She's making malakia, like spinach stuff. So, and like I was saying, I'm eating my chicken parmesan, and I am praising Ahaya. And we miss you guys. I'm sorry that we didn't get to, um, you know, come on more. It was just like I was just weak, tired. She was weak, tired, and she really got sick a couple of days ago. So we just never really was in the mood to come on camera. We kept saying we was gonna do it, and then it didn't happen. So I just wanted to come on now and just say shalom, everybody. Everybody's okay because we was planning on to come to like the next day to do something and speak about a few things, and then the following day, but nothing happened. We were just like, and for her, it was like the first time her sleeping in the tent, sleeping outside. So it was, it was some adjusting for her. But this is the first time I got sick, and usually every year the um the weather changes around this time, so I never really got sick. So, but I don't know if it was like sinuses or what, but it was a lot going on, brothers and sisters. So, but I pray you all have a wonderful feast, that y'all enjoyed yourself. Y'all can put in the comment section like anything that y'all did, what was your experience and things like that. Because I enjoyed it still. It was quiet, but we slept out every night and praise the Hayah Bahashim Yashaya. Okay, so there was some things like the sister, we did the finance thing. That's the last thing that we did, talking about finances and just preparing brothers and sisters who are coming out of Babylon. Because guys, I really want to talk about it is a spiritual change. Like it's a whole spiritual thing coming out of Babylon. And not only are you just changing and you trying to leave America, and that's a whole process in itself, but spiritually, guys, it's taxing on your spirit because you're releasing all the spirits that you've been dealing with, all the things that you used to worry about and think about, and then you're coming into a new land, and it's a whole new process of what you got to do, what you need to do, what you're thinking about. Plus, now the power that you're serving. So now you're like keeping the holy days, and your mind is full of a lot of things. So it's a lot of anxiety when you're leaving Babylon. And I want to talk about that whole process of coming out of Babylon, shedding a lot of the spirits that we deal with in America. Now, I want to say something, and I hope y'all don't mind because I'm eating. I don't want my food to get cold, so I'm gonna talk while I'm eating if y'all don't mind. But I want to say that it's a lot to take on spiritually, and this is why I be calling for brothers and sisters to do a fast. That fasting on your way out of Babylon, preparing for the shed of those spirits, like the Revelations 18 says. Every foul spirit and unclean and hateful bird is locked inside of Babylon. Khan, we already know that. So, no, nobody wants to believe that they're carrying some foul and unclean spirits on them. I mean, your day to day, you're not thinking that you're inundated with demons. I mean, you don't want to even think of yourself like that, and you don't want to think like that. But what that's what the scriptures are telling us. Hey, Shalom says, you know what I'm saying? That's what the scriptures are telling us, that Babylon is falling for us to come out of her, my people, that the place is inundated with every foul spirit and unclean and hateful bird is trapped in Babylon. That's basically the gist of what Revelation 18 and 4 is saying to us. So once you make the decision to come out, it's the process spiritually, mentally. You start thinking about it, you start removing yourself from the things, but you're not out of it just because you know that America is Babylon and it's wicked, and you're not partaking in a lot of things. You're still in the midst of Babylon, inundated with all this spiritual stuff, like how we saw with the slap with Will Smith and Chris Rock. And we understand now that that was a ritual, that they did a ritual live on TV for the world to see and the world to partake in. So that means that everyone was involved in that spiritual, demonic situation. We all was a part of that, but it was basically based in Babylon, because that king that slapped, he wanted to have rulership. They want them spirits to have continual rulership over the people, right? So these are the kind of rituals that they are partaking in, along with the Santanelia, the Christmas, the Halloween. All these are rituals that have been perpetuated in Babylon for hundreds of years, since we've been in slavery, 300 years now, guys. They have been perpetrating these kind of witchcraft, demonic, spirits, right? So these are the kind of things that once you start getting out of Babylon and you start processing the information that you need to leave, and gonna come out. Now the whole fasting and praying and understanding that you have to undo some of the stuff that has been done to you over the hundreds of years of our forefathers being in that place, right? So now we know that we're gonna start coming out, right? And we start working on ourselves. We're fasting and praying. But as you're coming out, now guys, we have to start purifying ourselves, because it's a whole different feeling when you come to another land. You know what I'm saying? You're used to operating how you were operating in Babylon, but it's a whole nother land. And listen, not to say that these people are not dealing with dead demons and things. These rituals, like when we hear that call to prayer, that call to prayer is over the whole land, y'all. They are summoning their own demons here as well. But it's nothing compared to what Babylon is doing. And how do we know that? Because the Most High spoke about it in Revelations. He gave us a clear sign that Babylon the Great is falling